Hello and welcome to the channel. Today, I'll be talking about a new topic called data engineering. What is data? Data is gold. Now, why would you say data is gold? Let's see that. Data is everything that is surrounding us today. When we talk about data, we can talk about numerous examples. Let's say you watch a show on Netflix. Netflix is recording what show you watched, when you watched, what device you watched on, how many hours you watched it, how many times you watch a show, and they record all of that information. Now that becomes data for them, and they can analyze from there what you like, and then they can recommend you new movies, new shows to watch. They can also see, how much you like the service, how much you like a movie, things like that. So that's an example. The other example is like, say you use your credit card. When you use your credit card, it's you went to a grocery store, you bought some items, you went to watch a movie, you went to travel with your friends, different things you might be doing. All of that information is captured by a credit card company. They know how much you spend, when you spend, how you spend, what you like to spend on. And again, that's data, and they can track all of that. So literally everything you do, including say you talk to somebody on the phone, you send text messages, you do Twitter, you do Instagram, you do Facebook, everything is data and they capture everything for you. So that's what data is. These companies capture your data, they store it in what's known as a database. The database, there are different forms of databases, of course, and it's been an older technology now. But as the volume has grown, of how much data people can capture, there's a new concept that came about that's known as big data. That means lots of volume of data, and how do you handle that? For that, they came up with the concept of big data. And so, tracking data is literally capturing all this information, storing it in a database, and like I said, there's new forms of it now, including big data, which is larger volumes. SQL. What is SQL? SQL is nothing but structured query language. Now, why do I mention that here? Because that is how you can read data, right? Understand it, find it. So, say your name is John Doe and you did some ticket booking, right, to go to Switzerland, and you want to find your reservation in their system. And you go to a website, like say Orbitz or wherever, right? And you say, hey, I'm John Doe and I booked a trip to Switzerland. Can I see the details for that? So it's really SQL behind the scenes that identifies that information for you. So they run like a little query and they say, hey, find me where the name is this person, right? And the city is this. Maybe they know your login or some other identifying information and they identify that record and they show it to you. And that is what is an SQL. And of course, SQL is a very vast topic, and I'll do a separate session, maybe multiple sessions on it. It's a full class. Professors take a whole semester to teach you. And infamously, my professor told me this is a skill that can get you a job and a job that can last a lifetime, and that's so true for me. Let's talk about the next thing that's related to data. ETL. ETL is nothing but extraction transformation language. So when you talk about extraction means you trying to pull data from somewhere. Transformation means you do some massaging on the data to make it more relevant, you because just imagine, we have all of people's reservations in a database somewhere, right? Is that very useful? It's somewhat useful, not very useful, but what if you could quickly know things like, hey, how many people are going to Switzerland in the summer, right, of 2023? Or how many people with uh, families, want to travel to Switzerland? Or how many honeymooning couples are heading to Switzerland? So if you need some of that information, if you could extract some of that, you can transform your raw data into something more meaningful. That's what ETL is. Again, ETL, there are scripts to do it, Perl, Python, or there's tools, Informatica, you know. So there's ways to do this. And again, this topic is a vast topic and worthy of multiple sessions. There's many YouTube videos on this also from other professionals, so feel free to read on that. But I'll probably touch on that as well at some future session. So these are the key things, and if you know them or if you start learning about them, you're on your way to become a data engineer. And a data engineer makes a lot of money. It's one of the most sought after skills today in the market. Uh, Start researching these three, four key terms that I spoke about, and you will be working for one of those big companies and making, you know, big sums of money. That's all I can say. All right. With that, I would like to thank you for listening to me today and watching my channel. And again, do like and subscribe if you find my videos informative. Thank you so much.